Oh no, guys. We just kind of figured out, we just put out our pantry video not too long ago. Check that out. We run through every single thing in our pantry, but we just found out that one of our freezers is dead. TJ actually pointed it out to me. I'm so glad he did. So I have to go get everything out of that freezer and get it into other freezers, which actually this works out pretty good because I've been needing to do that anyways. We recently had to start using more freezers because of the chickens we did a couple months ago. Now that almost all those chickens are sold and out of there, it's time to consolidate the freezers back down anyways. So this is more of a motivational, the freezer died, so now I have to go get the stuff out of that freezer and put it in the other freezers. I'll show you outside here in a minute, but we actually have another freezer that we could use if we need to. So come on. So here I am out here with the freezers, and we've got a total of 4 freezers in the garage here. Here, I'll show you. That was the very first stand-up freezer we got. We got that before we even moved out here. And then I forget how all this goes. I believe Jenny's grandfather knew somebody that was getting rid of one, and so we got it. I believe it was free. I believe Jenny's grandfather found us this one also for free. This is the freezer that is having troubles. And you can tell, like, things aren't super, like, they're not like thawing out, but they're soft, and it just does not feel real cold in here. This bread doesn't even, it's not frozen. These eggs have gotten like a little soft. They're still frozen, but they're a little soft. It is so misleading because, like, I can tell that these ribs right here are soft. I don't know if it's coming out on video, but I can bend these. But like, this milk is still frozen solid. This is milk that we get free from the school. And we've elected to stop getting it because we have so much in here and the kids hate this 1% milk. That's just 1%. So I don't even know what we're going to do with that. Most of this stuff we're going to get moved into this freezer right here. And then John at our Hodgepodge Homestead let me borrow that as an extra freezer a year and a half ago, and it didn't work. I plugged it in and it didn't turn on. And then a year after I told John it was broken, didn't work, I think that's when they were doing their traveling around and all that stuff. He came back and bought another freezer. I went and plugged this in and it worked. I was like, what? And then I got to playing. It's like sometimes you plug it in, the compressor won't kick on. Other times you plug it in, the compressor will kick on. So anyways, it's flaky anyway. So we actually use that to hold feed bags right now. Although I have proved this freezer will work if I need it to. Okay, so first things first, I want to go through this freezer and see what's what, how I can restack stuff, do whatever I got to do. So let's see what's all in this freezer. I still have a lot of broth making material here. All of our canned chicken that you probably saw in our pantry video, all of our deboned canned chicken, these are the bones. So I have a lot more stock that I can make, and I might even get that going tonight. I think I will, as a matter of fact, get that going tonight. Free up some freezer space. Boy, I can make a lot of stock out of that. A lot. So I might actually do 2 batches. Some of the cinnamon rolls, the kids love the cinnamon rolls I make, so I make a lot at a time and then put them in the freezer, which looks like it's time to make them. They love my oatmeal bars. This is banana and peanut butter. That's a really popular one. The kids really like it. That's a really popular one. The kids really like it. Blackberry jam. And apple pie, meaning I used one of our jars of apple pie filling and made that. We have some goat meat that's still not canned up. We're going to do different things with it, or I'm going to do different things with it. Some soups. Some other thing, I'd like to find a goat curry canning recipe. Granted, I know curries could have ingredients that you don't necessarily want to can, like I believe some have like milks and stuff, but that stuff could be added later if maybe I just had a seasoning to put in there with it. Anyways, it's something I'm looking into, and that's one thing I'd like to do, but also lots of soups and lots of stuff with this goat's meat. We have prided ourselves on not buying meat in the grocery store in like about 4 years or so now. One place that we do lack is hamburger, but still, We buy all of our hamburger from local farmers or local meat markets. So this actually came out of one of our local meat markets. If you guys saw on Instagram 3 or 4 weeks ago, Jenny and I actually had a date night. And after we dropped the kids off, the family that we dropped kids off at, kind of close to them is a meat market. So we actually picked up some meat before we went out on the date night. But that's where that's from. This was also purchased at a local meat market here recently for a purpose. We got some pork butt roasts here for, where does it say, 99 cents a pound. 20 pounds, 20 bucks. Man. But the purpose of that is, my buddy John over at our Hodgepodge Homestead, I'm going over there this weekend, and he's going to start showing me some of the charcuterie stuff that he's been learning. You can follow them on Instagram and stuff. All the links will be either here or there or in the description, but our Hodgepodge Homestead. And he had given me a sample, and I was like, oh my gosh, you got to teach me. So we are currently, here in just a little bit, you'll see what pork we do have. But on the scale of stuff that I want to make, we needed some. So since it's for charcuterie, still not counting that as grocery shopping. But anyways, that did come out of a local meat market. So that's that. Now in the freezer itself, we've been using these milk crates to help with stacking some stuff. So this is a crate full of chicken breasts. And if you remember, this crate full of chicken breasts, and that's, I could not be a weather person. And that is a crate of chicken breasts as well. That is our whole freezer footprint, basically, and these bones and stuff that I still have to make stock out of butchering 70 chickens for ourselves, because we do all that canning. We can all of the chicken other than the breast and tenderloin. Depending on how we can chicken, the chicken wings could end up being canned as well. But this past year, I think there are some still in here, but we packaged the chicken wings and sold them to local friends and family. So, because we just aren't big wings people. We're just not. We'll eat them. Jenny's made them. We eat them. We love them. But it's just not like a go-to thing for us. And the wings end up piling up in our freezer every year. So, yeah, I guess if I should maybe go ahead and make stock out of that as well. So then we do still have some of our whole chickens. I think we'd be willing to still sell a couple of these. We always keep a couple whole ones for ourselves, put them in the smoker, do whatever. We'll be adding some turkey and some duck from the other freezers into here, I believe. This is all venison. Let's pull that out. So in that pantry video that we just did, you noticed we had venison hamburger soup from the deer that I clobbered with the minivan. Well, this is what's left over with this. Some venison ribs. I'm super excited about getting these going. Actually, we're doing pork ribs in the smoker this week, and I'm going to do a video on that and do a video with my rub on there as well. So maybe I'll go ahead and throw these in there as well. Let me ask Jenny if she wants those to go as well. So we got some venison ribs. We've eaten a lot of this venison. So 2 venison tenderloins, 2 pound 2 ounce venison roast. I know I saved a whole bunch of roast, and then we ground a whole bunch because we did not have, oh, I lost that. Notice my little hanger there. Oh, butterfly steaks. We've already eaten some butterfly steaks, and they were just amazing. They were amazing. And we got some roast. We have more burger in here than I thought we did. I don't think I'm gonna pull it all out and see. Here, I'll tell you. Okay, I did a really rough count, and oh, Jenny's home. Hold on. Hi, babe.
Hi.
I'm cleaning out the freezer. What are you doing?
I gotta go take care of animal feed.
Okay. Actually, not cleaning out the freezer, but as you know, this freezer it seems like it has died.
Yeah.
So I got to tinker with it. So I'm going to try and get it emptied and consolidated. Okay. But there's a lot more venison burger in there than I think we thought there was.
Well, that's a good thing.
I'm guesstimating about 15 pounds.
That's not gonna last long.
No, but I thought we were down to 3 or 4.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyways, I'll just take people through what's in the freezer. I'm getting this all cleaned out. I'm getting this all laid out so that some of the stuff I can get to the bottom. I think I'm going to go ahead and get some stock going today. But then once I get that cleaned out, I think we'll get just about everything in this freezer into that one, I think.
In there. Cool.
When's your friend getting the chicken legs?
I don't know yet.
Okay. all of those chicken legs are going to go to Jenny's friend who does raw feeding for her dogs. And I have no idea if that's snacks for her dogs or food or whatever, but she actually buys them from us. So I'm going to have Jenny actually go meet up with her friend and get that out of here, or have her friend stop by or something. I've decided the chicken feet are going to stay right there. It's as good a place as any. We are going to go ahead and put the venison box back there. Put all the venison stuff back in there. If I didn't mention that box right there, that is chicken tenderloins and some whole leg and thighs that we also wanted to keep for grilling and stuff. But that is all breasts. This is all breasts. Whew. I had bought one of these for John, or I picked it up for John. I'm gonna probably grind up a whole one for us to go play with. In fact, we're going over this weekend to do it. And if it's too much, then we'll just have extra ground pork on hand, which will be awesome because we're pretty low on ground pork also, which again, you should see once we get into this freezer. So in past years, we've also got half of a cow from local farmers. And this has always been the beef freezer. We're going to have to inspect it, but this whole bag is all that we have left of beef, I believe, except for maybe this tongue right here. So anyways, I need to inspect all this. We got more broth making stuff in here. I believe these are all chicken necks and stuff. So go and get this cleaned out. And I think that ground burger, I think all that is going to go back in here. This is going to become the beef freezer again, even though it's not a ton of beef. But this turkey and these ducks are all going to go over there, I'm pretty sure. The little ducks. All right, so all this chicken is going to stay in here with this chicken. And yeah, I'm just getting stuff rearranged. Big old cow tongue. I need to cook that up. My buddy Stefan probably taught me how to do this. All right. So this bag's a bunch of seeds and stuff, I believe. Bunch of shredded up zucchini, some tomatillos I still need to make some stuff with. What is that? Is that more necks? More necks. Oh, I got a lot more to make broth with than I thought I did. Holy cow. This one's also getting emptied out. My original plan was to get the table cleared off with the ground beef. Yeah, I need to put the ground beef in here. Get the table cleared off to pull some of this out to see what we have and where it needs to go. This is becoming quite the project. So I brought the kitchen scale out here. That bag of neck weighs about 3 pounds. I'm trying to decide what makes more sense to do broth with first, because our situation is we can only do one pot at a time. And I know some people use the crock pot and stuff, but I actually do broth in the big old water bath canners. I wonder if it'd be all right if I did it in the pressure canner. But anyways, and what I mean is I'm talking about just simmering the broth for days. And so I make a lot at a time. I'm thinking it probably makes more sense to do this bulky, not very good to organize chunk of legs and stuff first. But first, TJ's getting out of basketball practice, so I have to close up these freezers and go pick him up real quick. It's like 30 degrees out here in the garage, so I'm not worried about leaving the food out here. What I am worried about is if our dog were to get in here, although it's frozen, but she would still tear it up. I know she would. Here he is. How's basketball practice, bud?
Pretty good.
Awesome. Okay, I've almost got all the pork pulled out. A couple more minutes and I'll run you guys through what pork we have on hand. But I'm going to get some of these frozen veggies into this freezer, into this drawer right here. What we're going to do is just try and fit some of these veggies into the door shelf here. And that's what I'm working on right now. I got all the pork laid out. I'm really going to be getting kind of worried here. I need all of that, and I got the goat meat down there and all the broth or stock stuff here. Mostly pork on the table. We had also started freezing eggs for various things. So when we get low on eggs, we'll have some. There's still a ton of room in here, but it also comes down to how much do we want to have to dig for something. There is the option of turning that freezer on and using it as well, but we're going to really try not to. Let's see how it's been going in here. I got all the milks into here, the breads into here. We bought a stick of pepperoni not long ago, and so that's, I believe Jenny made half-pound baggies, I think. She ended up doing that one. Mostly pork ribs in here. There's also some broth bones and the tongue. All the ground beef is in there, and what we have left for some steaks. Veggies, shrimp, all that. So like the eggs are definitely going to go in here for sure. And possibly the goodies and possibly the goat meat. And so we'll try to get this freezer to mostly be poultry and pork. We'll see how that goes. Okay, we've got this whole table down to just pork. I do still on the ground here have the goat and that stuff. I'm thinking I can get this into that freezer no problem, but organization and all that might be a problem. Got a whole bag, not a whole bag, but we got a whole bunch of bacon in there. We've got 3 hams still. We kind of thought we were only down to 1. That's a 6.5 pound ham there. 5 pound ham, and this one's smaller. We've only got 3 things of ground pork left. Got a whole bunch of pork ribs. Some more bacon. This is my homemade bacon here. And we actually prefer the homemade bacon. What else? We have this shank ham and a whole bunch of hocks. And that's it. That is really about all we have. And this whole thing, look at that little creeper boy right there. What's up, creeper? And then a whole crate of smoked pork chops. We only get our pork chops smoked anymore. That's how we like them. It's really cold out here, dude. Hey, nice matching socks.
Oh, thanks.
What's up?
Nothing.
Just seeing what I'm doing?
Yeah.
All right. This is all the pork that we have left. This is it. Keep in mind, this isn't part of our pork. This is the store-bought stuff or the meat market bought stuff. Whew. So now the trick's going to be to get all this in there. There is still a little room in here. So whatever I can make happen is going to have to happen. So you came out to ask me if you could have electronics? You didn't come out to check on your dad? Nothing. Just, can I have electronics? No. All right, so the other thing that we have out here is a pork belly that I had rolled up. So I have more bacon to make right there with that. Oh, and we got 1 pork loin left, it looks like. We're really hurting on pork here. Jenny got stuck with night chores. That's my headlamp. What did you do with my headlamp?
Using it.
It was pretty bright, wasn't it? I put new batteries in it
It's really
today.
nice to not have to hold the light and things.
Right, but I put new batteries in it today.
Oh, yeah, because it was not this bright yesterday.
Those are the ones TJ had. He was looking for the owner.
Oh, okay.
So I have managed to get, I haven't gotten rid of this. I forget, these are like dog food scraps that I kept for us to give the dogs treats with.
Yep.
But hold on to those real quick. This is now empty.
Sweet.
So I'm gonna leave that open, let it thaw. I'm hoping I can get it fixed.
Yeah, that would be good.
But in here, this is now all chicken and pork, or poultry and pork. Okay? And venison. So this is bacon, and we have 3 of these left over.
Okay.
But this is all bacon.
Nice.
I moved some of these tenderloins up here, but both of these crates deep are still the chicken breasts.
Okay.
There's more stuff piled on top of tenderloins down there.
Okay.
A lot more pork there. That is all the pork chops.
Uh-huh.
And underneath it, there's not another crate underneath it, but underneath it's the ham.
Ham. Okay.
And then turkey and ducks.
Okay.
And I forget what's under there. There's 2 of those there right now.
Okay, I'm not gonna take a bite.
One is for us to keep freezing, and the other is to take over to John. This is all ham hocks and pork ribs.
Okay.
And then we have our whole chickens underneath there.
Okay.
And then your friend's coming soon to get those, right?
Yes.
Okay. The chicken feet.
Are those?
What else might you be looking for?
Are those all whole chickens, or is there also still a bag of wings mixed in?
Where?
Okay.
To the this is, I'm sorry, there's also wings in here.
Remember we
There's
had a couple bags of wings from this year, and I know that we sold one. But are the rest down here, or did we accidentally take them to your dad?
Well, there are. I don't know the direct answer, but there are. In there is the tenderloin crate on the bottom, and then a whole bunch of wings and legs and thighs and all that piled up to here.
Okay.
Okay. But as far as I know, down underneath all this is just whole chickens. And whole chickens down underneath them too.
Nope, this is a bag of wings.
Oh, is there a bag of wings there? Okay, well that's fine. They can stay there.
Oh, and that's wings too. So 2 bags of wings.
Okay.
Cool.
Awesome.
Cool. Oh, 3 bags of wings.
Okay. I just thought they were all whole chickens.
I thought they were too when I was looking at them, but that's
So-
what I just want to have in my mind. You know, okay, do we got a lot of chickens, or do I need to come up with some wings?
And the other people didn't see it, but these are some venison roasts that were given to us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I haven't mentioned that in the video yet. So this is all venison.
Cool.
There's lots of hamburger there. There's ribs. I was wondering, did you want to try? I don't know about if we should try the ribs on the smoker tomorrow too.
We can.
And then, like I said, bacon and
A little bit of
ground.
pork.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So the next thing I got to do, we're gonna let this thaw because I'm gonna take this over to John Crab's house this weekend, and we're gonna do some charcuterie with it. But to stay on top of things, I'm gonna have it all ground before we get over there, so it'll lessen our work time over there. I am going to start measuring out 5, 6, 7, 8 pounds worth of stuff to get some broth going tonight, or some stock. Yeah, I've got all kinds of necks. I mean, I've got a lot more stuff to do stock with than I thought I did. So
Good. We go through a lot of stuff.
we do, real easy, especially making soups and this and that. Even when we're canning soups, we use our own stock to.
Yeah.
So that's that. So then this freezer, these are only 2 freezers that are on.
Oh, so you took the. Haha. Cool. Okay.
Ground beef steaks. Didn't know we had that many steaks. They're not all the exact same steaks. Some of the sirloin tip steaks, all that stuff. This is a lot of the beef ribs, the short ribs, and something else, and tongue. And then I put what goat meat is still frozen in there as well.
Okay.
I figured this area is not going to get touched much by you.
Probably not.
There's tortillas. This is a bag of seeds that was over here. I'll probably just go ahead and put it back over here. Do you want to help me with that? It's a bag of seeds of all kinds of different kinds of seeds. Maybe I'll pull that out and show you guys. But like I just said the other night, I want to grow strawberry popcorn again, and we got strawberry popcorn in there.
Yeah.
So all the egg stuff and milk stuff, I'm ready for this milk to be gone. And then I'll pack kids' sweet stuff here, or the homemade cinnamon rolls and oatmeal bars, the bread, TJ's zucchini bread, your pepperoni. So, and as we're using this stuff, this is going to empty out pretty quick.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it quits on this. I'm gonna get some stock going, and I'm gonna end up putting those necks and whatever else is left over into the chicken freezer. And I'll probably just work for a week cranking out some stock and getting it cleared out of the freezer. There's also some beef bones in there from something that we ate, and I saved the bones to make some beef stock with too.
From something that we ate.
It was something that we ate. Steak, roast, something. Actually, it wasn't steak. It had to have been a roast. It was a big chunk of bone.
Yeah, I think I remember that now.
I was kind of a little worried and a little disappointed. Some of this meat seems pretty soft, but it's cold in there. And as you guys saw in that broke freezer, there's still ice crystals in there.
Yeah.
So
it's still really cold, and I mean it's also just really cold in here.
yeah, so it's been really nice that if that would have broken this summer, we very well easily could have lost everything.
Yeah. We actually, do you remember, we had this freezer, the door didn't shut all the way and it started to thaw and I saw
yeah.
a big puddle and I was like, what happened?
That's right.
But everything was like at least half frozen still. So luckily we caught it, but that was in the summer. I mean, we could have, and that was when it was full of beef. We could have lost this whole freezer.
Yeah, but this one, you wouldn't see any puddles coming. Well, if the drain plug's open, you might. But yeah, so I'm glad it happened in the winter, and I'm glad TJ found that and said something. So anyways, thanks a lot. Got it rearranged. That's our freezers. We're actually pretty low on freezer material, especially pork. We, other than first moving in here, we've never been this low on pork. But we got some piggies out there growing.
That's the thing is, like, as we're thinking we need to fill these freezers, we also have to make sure that we keep room for a cow and 2 pigs.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, when we first did our first half a cow, it almost filled this freezer.
Yeah, and now we're gonna have a whole cow. That freezer needs to get working, man.
Yeah, that's a good point. So we're probably anywhere from, if they can get in the butcher, I'll take them in 4 months if they can get in the butcher, but probably 6, 7, 8, 9 months. Yeah, so we need to make, and we got 2 pigs. But the nice thing about the pigs is we only have to do 1 pig.
Or we can just let them keep going until we have to do them. Or something.
Right. What I'm saying is, the nice thing about having animals on hoof is they can be on hoof and not in your freezer.
Right. Yeah.
So, and I've been talking about wanting to get a sow anyways and have baby pigs. So, all right. Hey guys, thanks for watching the freezer stuff. Hopefully this wasn't too boring. I do know one thing: it was freezing.
It's cold.
I am really cold and I'm going inside. Thanks, guys.